People are changing their morals and beliefs in order to conform to this current society, especially celebrities who, know that not doing so could ultimately affect their bottom line. All right, now, what's going on, people? It's Josh, aka Foresight, coming to you live once again from the other side of the culture, where we are in the culture but not of it, and we introduce the kingdom to the culture. So recently, there's been a big push in the culture to celebrate and promote a particular lifestyle. We all know which lifestyle that is, so there's really no need to state the obvious. But it's been promoted in literally every aspect of life. There's been a heavy push to destigmatize it and desensitize people to the point that it's considered normal, if not preferable. This agenda, and I say agenda because it's pretty clear that that's what it is at this point, has taken over every industry. It's become the top priority in TV and film, sports, music, advertisement, and it's even crept into a lot of churches. There's been a huge shift in the overall conversation surrounding this topic in recent years. And that can mostly be attributed to the concerted effort to put it in our faces at every turn. We've officially reached the point that if you don't not only accept this lifestyle, but promote it, you're a bigot who deserves to be silenced and banished from society. So it's safe to say that, the agenda has been successful so far, right? People have learned what behavior is acceptable to display and adjusted accordingly. Especially celebrities who, stand to lose a lot if they fall out of favor with mainstream media. It's become so important to show your allegiance that even rappers such as Drake are doing things like painting their fingernails pink in order to fit in. So it begs the question, is it possible to be a celebrity these days without giving in to the demands of this community? I've been on this earth long enough to understand that the pendulum always swings from one extreme to the other. It wasn't too long ago when people, especially rappers, were criticized and ridiculed for doing anything that could be even remotely considered feminine or soft, right? There was a clear delineation between male and female behavior, and the culture policed itself and, made sure that everyone acted accordingly. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the culture always goes from one extreme to another, right? And this environment could definitely be considered extreme. Everyone was so concerned about everyone else's sexual orientation and behavior that it created a very toxic, hypercritical climate that, encouraged people to be downright hateful. There was a lot of name calling going on, and a lot of people projected their fear of being considered soft or feminine onto other people. But now we swung to the other extreme, and because there's been a collective push to normalize and celebrate this particular lifestyle, everyone seems to be adopting certain behaviors that were once considered taboo. People are changing their morals and beliefs in order to conform to this current society, especially celebrities who, know that not doing so could ultimately affect their bottom line. So you see people doing and saying whatever they think keeps them in good graces with the culture and keeps the money coming in. While I am in no way a proponent of hate, I am of the belief that this world should not determine your morals. I think you should be free to stand on truth and to adhere to your personal convictions and not be forced to accept an ideology that goes against them. I think people should be brave enough to stand firmly for what they believe in. But in order to thrive in Hollywood, you pretty much have to play by their rules, right? You got to be on board with whatever agenda they're pushing, or you basically run the risk of being blackballed and losing out on opportunities. So if you don't want your career to take a hit, you're encouraged to fall in line and adopt the values of the industry. Now, on the other hand, as followers of Jesus, we have to be willing to sacrifice everything to follow him, right? The Bible says in James chapter 4, verse 4, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. The implication here is that the desires of this world directly oppose the will of God. So there is no way to be in the middle and try to please both sides. The moment you align yourself with this world, by default, you make yourself an enemy of God. This world is at war with God and wants nothing to do with him. So you have to choose to follow him at all costs and endure the persecution that comes along with it. You may lose work, you may lose money, you might lose friends and family, but at the end of it, you gain everlasting life. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 10, verses 37 through 39, whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his life will lose it. And whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. So it's clear that Jesus says, if you aren't willing to endure suffering on account of him, you're not worthy of him and his kingdom. So if you're a believer, don't be pressured into fitting in with this world. Stand strong in the faith and don't give in to the demands of this world. Even if it costs you money or opportunities, because in the end, your reward will be great in heaven. I know some of these things seem trivial and harmless. You may be thinking Drake painting his fingernails pink is no big deal, right? And I'm not saying that it's the worst thing in the world, but it's a slippery slope. Just look at how quickly we went from these things not being accepted to being encouraged and celebrated in the culture. It at least makes you question where the culture is headed. Anyway, get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like and subscribe. The link to my music and my Instagram will be down in the description. Go ahead and check those out. And I'll catch y'all next time. All right now.